Hello everyone, welcome to this channel. I am Abhishek sir and hope you are all doing good in mathematics. Let us continue standard 9 mathematics chapter polynomials. Now we have finished up to exercise 2.3. Now let us go further by studying a new thing called factor theorem. Let us start our journey. Starting with the statement of factor theorem, it says if p of x is a polynomial of degree which is greater than or equal to 1 and a is any real number, then x minus a is a factor of the polynomial p of x if and only if p of a is 0. This is very important. P of a is 0 and x minus a is the factor. Clear? So we have to relate these two things. So let me make it very clear. It is nothing but finding the value of polynomial if the factor is given. We will start example 11. Check whether x plus 2 is a factor of p of x, 2x plus 4 or not. Now if we want to check what might be our step, that we will have to find out the 0 based on this. Let us find if x plus 2 they are telling. So what is the 0? This plus 2 goes on this side, becomes minus 2. Now we have got this number a as minus 2. Now we have to find out p of a. That means here it was p of x, 2x plus 4. Now we will put p of a, that means p of minus 2. So it is 2 into minus 2 plus 4. Now what next? 2 into minus 2 is minus 4 plus 4. And final answer is 0. Now this is the condition which we wanted to prove. P of a becomes 0. So if p of minus 2 is 0, then x plus 2 is the factor. So if they are asking check, answer might be yes or no. So you will write yes, x plus 2 is a factor of 2x plus 4. Clear? So this is how they might ask the question. Okay, moving on to another example, a very important example in which we have to find the value of k. So this is also based on the factor theorem. So next example, find the value of k if x minus 1 is a factor of this polynomial. So they have cleared that x minus 1 is a factor. That certainly means, what does it mean? That x minus 1, so that will be, what will be the 0 of polynomial? It will be plus 1. That means if we put plus 1 instead of x in this polynomial, the value of whole polynomial will become 0. And if that is 0, so by simplification we can find the value of k. Let us do it. So here we have p of x equals to 4x cube plus 3x square minus 4x plus k. Now if we are putting p of 1, we have to put 1 in place of every x. Now p of 1 will become 0 as it was the factor. Okay. Now 4 into 1 cube is 4. 3 into 1 square is 3, minus 4 is minus 4 plus k. So 4 and minus 4 is cancelled, clear? And 3 will go on this side or k will go on this side. Whatever you do simplification, 3 let us take on this side, so it becomes minus 3 equals to k. That means k equals to minus 3. In this we have question number 1. Determine which of the following polynomials has x plus 1 as factor. X plus 1 as factor. So they have given 1, 2, 3 and 4 polynomials. One by one we have to check for all 4. Before we start with question number 1, let us see by factor theorem what we have to do. So this plus 1 will go on this side, x equals to minus 1. Okay. Now if in all these polynomial p of minus 1 is 0, then we will write answer as yes, and if p of minus 1 will not be equal to 0, we will write no. Clear? So let us start with first one. The first question is x cube plus x square plus x plus 1. So p of minus 1 will be minus 1 cube plus minus 1 square plus minus 1 plus 1. Here we have minus 1 cube as minus 1, minus 1 square as plus 1, plus into minus 1 minus 1, and then plus 1. So here we see p of minus 1 becomes 0. So our answer will be yes, x plus 1 is the factor. Clear? Likewise, let us go for the next question. So question number 2. In question 2 we have x raised to 4 plus x cube plus x square plus x plus 1. So p of minus 1 is equal to minus 1 raised to 4 minus 1 raised to 3 plus minus 1 raised to 2 plus minus 1 plus 1. So here we have minus raised to even power, so that will be plus 1. Here we have minus 1 raised to odd power, so it is minus 1. Minus 1 raised to 2 is plus 1 into minus 1, and finally plus 1. Now let us see how can we cancel it. Minus 1 plus 1 can be cancelled, minus 1 plus 1 can be cancelled. Final answer is plus 1. So now you see it is p of minus 1 is not equal to 0. So our final answer will be no. Clear? So moving on to the next question. Next question is solved for you. x4 plus 3x cube plus 3x square plus x plus 1. Again we will follow the same thing. If p of minus 1 is 0, then yes. P of minus 1 is not 0, then no. So minus 1 raised to 4, 3 into minus 1 raised to 3, 3 into minus 1 raised to 2 plus minus 1 plus 1. What I did, I replaced x with minus 1. Minus 1 raised to 4 is plus 1. Then we have minus 1 raised to 3 as minus 1, minus 1 raised to 2 as plus 1, and repeat it. Ultimately, if you solve everything, you will get the answer plus 1. That is not 0. If it was 0, then only we can write yes, it is a factor. It is not 0, so we will write no, it is not a factor. Moving on to the next question, as it has some roots, you may find it difficult, so I thought let me solve it. So here again we will follow the same thing, p of minus 1. But before we go for p of minus 1, let us try to make it simple. Now here 2 plus root 2 is in bracket and x is outside. Let us multiply x with the terms. Minus, keep it with both the terms. So minus 2x. It is first term is minus 2x, and again minus root 2x. Minus root 2x plus root 2 will be repeated. Now let us put minus 1. Minus 1 whole cube minus minus 1 whole square minus 2 into minus 1 minus root 2 into minus 1 plus root 2. Clear? So now you see we have a little bit of more simplification, more minus sign is there, so solve it very carefully. Minus 1 cube is minus 1, minus 1 square is plus 1, but over here we have minus, so ultimately it will be minus 1. Minus 2 into minus 1, that will be plus 2. Minus 2 minus root 2 into minus 1, so minus minus plus, and root 2 into plus 1 is root 2, and finally we have root 2. So we see that minus 1 minus 2 and plus 2 are cancelled. Here we have root 2 plus root 2, that is 2 root 2. So p of minus 1, again it is not 0. So what can we write? We can write it as no, it is not a factor. So that is all about question number 1. Let us go to question number 2. Here we have in question 2, using factor theorem, determine whether g of x is a factor of p of x or not. G of x is given over here. From here we will get our 0 of the polynomial and then we'll go for p of that 0. Clear? So from x plus 1 equals to 0, we get x equals to minus 1. So here we will find p of minus 1. So 2 of minus 1 cube plus minus 1 square minus 2 of minus 1 and ending with minus 1. Let us solve this. If in case p of 1 minus 1 is 0, then only we can say that it is the factor. So again our answer will be yes or no. So 2 into minus 1 cube is minus 1 only, plus minus 1 square is 1, minus 2 into minus 1 becomes plus 2, and minus 1 will be repeated. So I am increasing one step just to just for the convenience of your knowledge. So 2 into minus 1 is minus 2 plus 1 plus 2 minus 1. So ultimately the answer is 0. So p of minus 1 is 0. So yes, g of x is the factor. Moving on to question number 2. In question number 2 we have p of x equals to x cube plus 3x square plus 3x plus 1, and what is our g of x? Our g of x is x plus 2. So we will again start with g of x. G of x is given x plus 2. So x plus 2 equals to 0, x equals to minus 2. Okay. So if p of minus 2 is 0, then only it is a factor. So let us find p of minus 2. So it is minus 2 cube plus 3 into minus 2 square plus 3 into minus 2 plus 1. Minus 2 cube. First of all, minus cube is minus 2 cube is 8. Plus 3 minus 2 square. Minus square will be plus and 2 square is 4. 3 into minus 2 is minus 6. Plus 1 repeated. So minus 8 plus 3 4s are 12 minus 6 plus 1. So 12 minus 8 it is 4. 4 minus 6 it is minus 2. Minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. So let us solve it in another way. It may be 8 and 6 both are in minus. So minus 14, 12 and 1 are 13. So ultimately minus 1 is the answer. So if p of minus 2 is 1, then no, g of x is not the factor of p of x. Third question is p of x, x cube minus 4x square plus x plus 6, g of x is x minus 3. So starting with g of x, that is x minus 3, we will have x minus 3 equals to 0, x equals to plus 3. So let us go for p of plus 3. Won't be writing plus just for the sake of sign. Here we have 3 cube minus 4 into 3 square plus 3 plus 6. So what is 3 cube? 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27. So here we have 27 minus 4 into 3 square. What is 3 square? 9. Okay, and 9 4s are 36. Plus 3 plus 6 will be repeated. Now we have 3 questions which are related to addition, like 27, 3 and 6. That makes plus 36, and we have one number that is minus 6. Ultimately answer is 0. So if p of a is 0, then x minus a is the factor. So by factor theorem, this answer will be yes. So that is all about question number 2. Let us go for the last question of this video, which is based on factor theorem. That is question number 3. Question number 3 says find the value of k if x minus 1 is a factor. Now they have given x minus 1 as the factor. So we will be finding 0 before we solve any question. X minus 1 is 0. So x equals to plus 1. So again, if p of 1 is 0, in any case p of 1 will be 0. So that is how we will find what is k. Clear? So now let us start with question number 1. We are putting p of x as p of 1. So instead of x we'll put 1 plus k. Now p of 1 will be 0 as it is already given that it is a factor. So here we put 0, 1 square 1, 1 plus 1 plus k. So 1 plus 1 will be 2 and that will be taken on the other side. So that becomes minus 2. So if minus 2 equals to k, value of k is minus 2. Clear? In question 2 we have p of x as 2x square plus kx plus root 2 and we have to check whether x minus 1 is a factor or not. So we have to put ultimately p of 1 as 0. So putting p of 1, we have to replace all the x with 1. Don't worry even if it is includes root. Now p of 1 is 0. So 2 of 1 square is 2 plus k into 1 is k and root 2 will be repeated. So anything which is other than k will be taken on the other side. So plus 2 becomes minus 2 and plus root 2 becomes minus root 2 and that is nothing but the value of k. So value of k comes out to be minus 2 minus root 2. Clear? Moving on to the next part. Question number 3 is p of x kx square minus root 2x plus 1. So again x minus 1 is a factor. So x equals 2 plus 1. If p of 1 is 0, then we will get the value of k. Okay, just a kind of revision. So again we have to put p of x equals to p of 1 k into 1 square minus root 2 into 1 plus 1. P of 1 will become 0. So that will be k into 1 square k minus root 2 into 1 is root 2 and plus 1. Take everything except k on the other side. So that becomes minus root 2 becomes plus root 2 plus 1 becomes minus 1 and that is the value of k remaining. So k value is root 2 minus 1. Moving on to the next question, that is p of x kx square minus 3x plus k. Again following the same thing, p of 1 k into 1 square minus 3 into 1 plus k. Here we have to follow the same rule even if there are two terms related to k. Alright, so here we see that k into 1 square is k. Here it is minus 3 ones are 3 plus k. So everything except k only we'll have to take on the other side. So minus 3 goes on this side becomes plus 3. Over we have k plus k, that is 2k. Remember we have to find out the value of k. So k equals to 2 will go on the downside. So k equals to 3 by 2 is our value of k. So this is all about question number 3. Question number 1, 2 and 3 from exercise 2.4 we have completed. These all 3 questions we have completed because they were related to factor theorem. In the next video we will see splitting the middle term, finding factors by splitting the middle term, and exercise 2.4 question number 4 and 5. So stay tuned for this channel, subscribe and share it to maximum of class 9 friends.